Any second now.
All right.
Welcome to another episode of Hoosier Nerds Podcast. With your host Mikey and the two Chris's. Sorry, I'll say something. I'm trying not to do the whole, Mikey and the two Chris's, or Mikey, Tim, and the two Chris's. Because I want it to feel more natural. I'll be like, welcome back to another episode of Hoosier Nerds Podcast. And before the show, Chris, we were talking about the box truck.
Oh, I gotcha.
It feels less scripted, more natural.
Right.
And I couldn't transition. My brain was not transitioning it for me. So I panicked and went back.
No, so the box truck fiasco.
Yeah, another. You had to drive the box truck again. How's that going?
First, so I had to go get the key on Friday. So I stopped by at the office there at Plate and not Plate, Apperson and Vale.
Right there next to Terrace Towers.
Yes, I call it Tower Terror. They give me a key to truck number 68. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So then I get a message that I don't have the right one, and they give me a key to another truck. I was like, I didn't have the right truck, so they gave me a key to another truck. So that was truck 74. So I had to meet the girl that works there over at Apperson and That was before I went to Carmel, because I was going to Carmel.
Yeah.
To meet Allenzer Jr. Then while I'm in Carmel, I get a text back and said that I have the wrong key, because that key that they traded me with is a pickup truck. I was like, oh my God. So I meet the girl and I get the other key back. And I get up at 6-ish and go get truck 68 at Apperson and Vale. And there is no truck 68 at Apperson and Vale.
I know where that's at. I located that building.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. The gas service is on the northeast side, and it wraps around to south, and then yeah, I got it. Okay, continue.
That was great. So they come over, and this guy says, which truck do you want? I said, it doesn't matter. So he fires up truck 71, which is not the same truck I drove last week. So I started, it's running, and it's not warming up, but I'm like, it's cold out. So we loaded up at the school, and it smells hot, and it don't want to run. So I popped the hood, and there's no antifreeze in it, and it's steaming.
Oh, that's not good.
Right.
Oh, fuck.
So I put antifreeze in it because there was a bottle of it in the cab.
They were prepared.
Right.
Obviously,
so then
I
parked it over from where I was, over in the senior parking lot, which is a big parking lot at the high school. And I'm like, I can't go nowhere. Like, the bus pulled out, and they're like, we're coming back. So I leave that truck, and they're like, okay, well, we're going to take you over to Apperson and Vale to get the other truck, which is truck 68. So I get over there and meet this guy, and I'm like, yeah, I said, it's leaking antifreeze. He says, I know. He says, that truck does that. I don't know why they would give you that. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable driving that to Indianapolis. He said, I wouldn't either. He said, it leaks antifreeze all the time. He says, this truck, he said, he says, check the oil before you leave down there, because it burns oil. I was like, oh my God. He says,
this just blows my mind that Kokomo School Corporation, one of the biggest in this, I don't know about one of the biggest in the state, but a very large school corporation, has such shitty trucks.
Well, here's the thing. He said, when I went to pick the key up the other day, they said they were looking for box trucks. They usually trade them in with like a rental car dealer, After they rent them out for so long, they sell them off.
Yeah.
He said you can't find them anywhere.
Really?
He's been looking since November. So.
Well, U-Haul's probably buying them left and right.
Then the other guy who told me about the antifreeze leaking out, he says, this school's got plenty of money. I don't know why they just don't go out and buy a brand new truck anyway for the choir. That would make more sense.
Because the choir doesn't help them get money.
Right. Well, this is and we talked about this last night after we got back.
Yeah.
Because the choir people are like, well, they put money in the football stadium with the turf and the new stadium area. I'm like, this ain't a football school. He goes, thank you. I said, this has never been a football school.
It's a basketball school. They're in semi-state right now.
They're in semi-state next week.
They're
exactly.
basketball and a baseball school.
They've never been a football school ever. I mean, they've made it to state once. They got killed, but they've really never been. Their program has never been the best ever.
Doesn't mean it can't be the best, but
no. But I'm like, why are they spending all this money? What's the point? And they're trying to get improvements to the auditorium because if you can hold a choir competition, like the ones we've been going to, they make bank on holding a choir competition. That's where a lot of the choir
well, you would think it's not like having to set up a gymnasium or a football stadium. There's a lot that goes into that. It's an auditorium.
Well,
there's a lot of people that come.
The issue is there's only one in and out at the auditorium.
Well,
and it's not it's not high enough for as some other schools. When they built it small for some reason. So they would need to improve it, but they won't put money into it.
One of the best. Me and Kimberly were talking about this today. One of the best auditoriums in the county, if not the state, is at Western. Western has one of the best auditoriums around.
Well,
that's why they get all the events.
Yeah, see, that's the difference. Yeah. Now we went to Lawrence Central yesterday, which is on the east side of Indianapolis.
Yeah.
I think it's on 56th Street on the east side of Indianapolis.
Nice.
Beautiful school. They're redoing a lot of it.
Go.
Oh my God! So I'm in the auditorium watching this competition. So the competition's so big, they have the auditorium for competition, and then the smaller schools like Kokomo, they perform in the gym. Right? So I'm in the auditorium because I'm thinking that's where we are performing, and I'm watching Zionsville perform. And I mean, they've got digital screens. They've got, in their costumes, they all wear identical Nikes. And there's like 50
really?
kids. Yes. There's like 50 kids in this competition. It is humongous, the amount of money that is being spent. I mean, they have their own light rigs and everything. These schools do. They come in with semis. The guy yesterday said, yeah, we unloaded a semi earlier. That's how big of a deal it is.
What all do you put in your truck that you drive for?
These poor kids. I put in I carry their wardrobe, which are two dresses. They each get two dresses. So that hangs on a rack that has wheels on it. And most schools have those.
Yeah.
And then it is an amp on this really big table with wheels, and the keyboard sits on top of it. And that's what I take.
Like just one? Like that's it?
That's it.
Jeez.
And they're seriously lacking, but they do a really good job.
Did you say they won something or Josie won something?
Josie won. Josie designed our logo. We was talking about Josie, and she won best performance in her group.
Oh, that's good.
So out of all the girls in her choir, she was the best performer. And they didn't have her name for some reason. So they just announced it as the girl in the middle with the glasses. Josie's like, oh my God, that's me. So the girls on the stage like, it's Josie. So Josie won an award, which is a big deal for her. So
the girl in the middle with the glasses.
Yes.
The goth chick.
Yes. Well, she don't look like a goth chick. She looks like everybody else. She's not gothy when she's on stage. But that's a big deal for her, and they're like, you'll get free lunch because last week we paid because they didn't give us our lunch coupons, right? Mm-hmm. So we go to eat lunch and it's in this darkened classroom, and it's a big tinfoil thing full of sandwiches, like sliders, like the tiny buns of ham and cheese sandwiches.
Shit, free food.
And a bag of chips and coffee. So I went and bought soda pop out and about. But that school's huge. It has 2 gyms. It's got an auxiliary gym next to the main gym. And the inside, like you go into the gym, and you go in this foyer area, and it looked like High School Musical. Like I was singing "Together Forever, Together Everybody," because it reminded me of High School Musical.
Can I say some breaking news real quick? I just saw it on. I'm scrolling through like news and stuff. Oscar-winning actor William Hurt passed away. Best known for his role in the 1985 film drama "Kiss of the Spider Woman," where he won Best Actor. He was General Thaddeus E. Thunderbolt Ross in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He that's the general from the Hulk movie, like the one that originally started the whole thing. Rest in peace.
He was an alien, Elephant Man.
Yep.
Oh, he was the Elephant Man.
He was in a lot, really.
Well, anyway, he's dead. No, I'm just...
Wow.
Nope, I'm just kidding. That was no, that's from Private Parts. Have you ever seen Private Parts? Howard Stern movie?
No.
Yeah, well, he was talking about Princess Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly Day.
Yeah.
Is it Monaco or Monaco? It's
Monaco.
Monaco, right? Anyway, she's dead, and he goes on to the next story.
Wow.
So, but back to Josie. So she did a really good job, and this is her last. It's her last competition of the year because they didn't make it to state.
She's a senior, right?
No, she's a junior.
Oh.
But she's one of the oldest on the team. And I'm like, next year, I said, you're a senior. I said, you're going to have to lead this group. She's like, I don't want to be I said, it don't matter. I said, you're going to have to lead this group because you're the oldest. They're going to look to you as the senior. And she can do it. She's very capable. She's a good singer. Obviously, she does the best presentation because those are outside judges awarding. I mean, those are from other schools. That's not local.
Yeah.
That's Indianapolis. So for her to get that award, that's a very big deal for any teenager,
Mm-hmm.
to get outstanding performance. So she was going to be on here today so we could talk about the Korn concert, but she had grandparent duties. So
I forgot about that we were going to have her on for that.
Yeah, we were going to have her on, but I said we can talk about it next week, so she's okay with that. She might have a little anxiety, so I might have to.
If you're waiting for the Korn concert news, you gotta wait another week.
You gotta wait till another week for Korn concert.
I don't know that one person that's gonna,
Ah, fuck! Damn it! I was waiting for it.
So you'll have to wait for my review of Korn, Code Orange, and Chevelle. So, but that was it, and I have a good time. I wish I would have known more. Like, it's a pain in the ass to get up early, and it was balls cold yesterday. Like, wind chill was like 2.
Yeah.
Dude.
I was working outside. Yeah, I get it.
And to load that stuff up in the cold is miserable. But like once you're at the competition and you see all the hard work these kids put into these, it's fun to watch. It really is. It's interesting to watch. I don't know if I could have done it as a kid. I mean, they don't just sing, they dance. I mean, I can sing and act like a moron, but I'm not sure if I could do it all at the same time. You know what I mean? I can't sing and dance at the same time. Like, you got to remember steps and remember the lyrics to the song and stay on pitch. So
multitasking is hard.
Yeah, but the teachers are impressed with how well they did this year. They said it's only their first year. Don't be discouraged. And now they know what to expect. Now that they've seen competition,
now they see that they can do good. They'll put, they'll probably fund it a little better.
Right, I agree. And now that they've seen other schools and how they act, I mean, these schools are like classy. Like when they go from, they basically they're put in a homeroom, right? And then they go to, whenever they have to perform, then they go to backstage. They're not all backstage together because everybody sings at different times. And these schools are going in and like it's a guy and girl, most of them, and they're arm in arm. They're like escorted, like the boy escorts the girl through the hallway, and it's in a line. And it's so professional. Everything is professional about this stuff. It's amazing. I never knew That was
You'll have
anything
to go
like.
to a band competition next year with me.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's fun. It's the same thing. It legitimately just sounds like the same thing almost.
Let's not push.
Wow.
But,
Let's go a little bit too far. Yeah.
but I'm just messing with you.
Nah, I'll talk to you later.
But yeah, these kids need money. Like, y'all need to do car washes. Y'all need to sell candy. Anything to make some money.
Knock over a 7-Eleven.
I mean, about ready. That's what about ready need to do. Rob a bank.
I'm about to buy myself a bicycle just to get to the garage to drive a bus.
If only
I've
you
got a
kept your
bicycle, but when
motorcycle.
I could
Sold it.
honestly, with my foot the way it is, I don't know if I could ride the motorcycle anymore.
Yeah.
Because my foot's so swollen, I can't. Well, hold on. No, yeah, left foot is the shift, so I don't know if I could shift. I legitimately don't have feeling on the top of my foot anymore. So I wouldn't know if I'm, if I'm shifting up.
Oh.
So
Huh.
I'm glad I sold it when I did. I turned it in. I melted down a motorcycle and turned it into a gaming PC.
Ah.
To be a nerd.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this leads us to our main topic, I guess. So Chris was, I don't know, complaining about it a couple weeks ago, a month ago, but you went and saw a movie that was bad, and I think you said it was somebody in the office said I thought you liked bad movies.
Oh no, this friend of mine always says
Oh,
I like
friend of
bad
yours.
movies.
And basically, you had to explain to them that there's a difference between a bad movie and a movie that was made to be bad that's good, like
Right.
Sharknado or I don't want to say The Room because I feel like he tried to make that into a good movie, but it just sucked.
Well, yeah, but it became a cult following for being bad.
Yeah, but we can talk. We can do like to Miami then. 'Cause let's
Exactly.
be
Well,
honest,
hot ticket. Yeah.
Hot Ticket, not
Hot
Hotline.
ticket, yes.
Hotline Miami is something different. It's a Hotline Miami is a video game. But I kind of want to talk about movies. This is like I talked to you today about it, like movies that we thought were going to be amazing, but like sucked, and maybe talk a little bit about like what made them bad. And we've talked about some of them on here. Like I was going to talk about Tenant. When the podcast first started, that movie was coming out, and we were all excited about it.
Mhm.
But as it came out, I think we talked about it that it really wasn't that good.
No.
It was
It's
hard to follow. The action was good, the acting was good, but it was
It
just
was
the
all over the
story
place.
was hard to follow. And that comes from somebody that loved Lost and like other shows like that. But do you guys just want to go around I don't want to say around the room, since we're on Skype again. But do you want to like just go around and talk about it or like list off some stuff, different
We can just
movies?
start listing movies, I guess.
All right. I started with Tenet, but let me go with another one if you guys aren't ready. The original Justice League before the 4-hour remake. It was just
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll buy
Before the
that.
4 hours. Yeah.
because they cut so much stuff out, and we saw it in the 4 hours. Yeah, it was a 4-hour movie, but if they would have had all that stuff in, there would have been a Justice League 2 by now, and Ben Affleck would probably still be Batman, and we wouldn't have Robert Pattinson.
Well, that's what they should have done.
Mm-hmm.
Is make 2 movies.
It's just a thing of the studio came in and cut too much stuff out, or that whoever decides to cut stuff out cuts way too much out.
Is that where Superman and Batman become best friends because their mom's name are the same?
No, that's Batman vs Superman.
Okay.
That was another one.
Yeah.
That movie is legitimate. I think legitimate when I started saying they could have cut out a good hour and a half and still had a better movie. There's a difference between having too much and editing too much out. And both Batman vs Superman had the opposite issue of Justice League, where they edited too much.
I concur. I was like, when I saw that, I'm like, really? It's like, I mean, it reminded me of Step Brothers.
What
It
do you
really
mean?
did. Wait, did we just become best friends? Yep. Same thing.
Yeah,
I hate
I'm
you.
not.
I hate you. I hate you. Wait, did we just become best friends because our mom's names are Martha? We sure did. You want to do
I never-
karate out in the garage? Okay.
I never. I guess I never realized that both their moms are actually named Martha. Like through the comics
Yeah.
or through the TV show or cartoons, but
Yeah,
that
I
was
didn't
just
think of
random.
it either.
Ugh.
There's a bunch of them out there that were supposed to be good that weren't. That are just, like critically acclaimed or
There's a lot
know.
of. Oh, what was it? Ad Astra with Brad Pitt, like his space epic he made? That movie, me and my dad, I legitimately fell asleep in that movie because my dad wanted to see it, and I took him for his birthday, and I fell asleep in it. My dad was like, the only reason he didn't fall asleep was because he was eating popcorn. That was one of the most boring movies. Like the plot didn't never made sense either.
What was that about? I remember that movie.
Basically they're trying to find a new form of space travel, I think, but. Oh, what was that one horror movie where they found out a way to travel to another universe, but they like traveled through hell and like demons came back.
I don't.
It has a or
Stargate.
no. Lawrence Fishburne's in it. Hold on, 1 second, I'll find it.
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Oh,
Boys in the Hood.
was Lawrence? No, I have TV shows, not movies. Or movies, not TV shows.
Boys in the
I'll
Hood.
find it.
The Matrix.
No.
Well, I'm just naming names. Naming movie. When did it come out?
Oh, like early '90s, late '80s.
Yeah, I wouldn't. No, I don't.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah, Boys in the Hood. Class Action. Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Eventually, if you name off Event Horizon.
Oh. I was getting it.
Came out in
1997. Was that bad too?
No, it was good. I don't know why. I don't remember why I brought it up. Oh yeah, because of Ad Astra.
Yeah. So was it a ripoff of this movie?
No, it was like trying to be its own thing. It was trying to be like a space opera. It legitimately felt like it was trying to be 2001: Space Odyssey.
Okay, but Event Horizon was only an hour and a half.
Yeah, but I'm saying Ad Astra was way too long.
Ad Astra here.
Ad Astra, whatever.
It's 2 hours and 3 minutes.
Yeah, it should have been. It should have been 3 minutes long. It was horrible.
Undertakes a mission across an unforgiving solar system to uncover the truth about his missing follower and his doomed expedition that now, 30 years later, threatens the universe.
Yeah, his dad like turned his engines into a weapon that's like causing gravity to rip apart the sun.
Yeah, that doesn't sound. Was it as boring as what was that shitty movie with that shitty space movie with
2001: Space
Sandra
Odyssey?
Bullock in it? Gravity.
Oh, Gravity sucked. I don't care. That movie
Was it as
never
shitty
won
as
the award.
Gravity?
No, it was shittier.
It was shittier than Gravity.
Yeah.
Because that disappointed me. Because all I heard was how awesome it was. What a snoozer.
I think I watched like 20 minutes of that movie and turned it off. Oh my god!
I was waiting for it to start up, and by the time it started up, the movie was over.
Yeah. But it won all these awards for some reason. Yeah.
What about like I don't know. I never really watched. I'll preface this as I never watched the original, and I guess I didn't mind it too much. But like Tron Legacy.
I liked Tron Legacy.
I never saw
television.
I'm in the minority for that though. Like I will admit, I'm in the minority for liking Tron Legacy. Apparently, it like a lot of the critics or a lot of my friends who didn't like it. It was like They changed the story too much.
I heard it wasn't very good. That's what I heard, but I didn't see it. So
I liked it. It's on Disney Plus if you want to watch it. It's not bad.
Yeah, like for not seeing the original, I mean, of course, I liked it, but like I said, I guess I have heard like it didn't live up to the story, I guess, like you said.
Yeah,
So,
did it bomb? Was it a bomb?
yeah, it bombed.
Tron bombed.
it had Jeff Bridges in it, so
Yeah.
Oh, he was in the original.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Fun fact about that movie: it was like one of the first movies to use computer animated or computer generated graphics and stuff, and they didn't allow it to win any awards because they didn't think computer generated graphics should win awards.
So they discriminated against computers. I see
Yeah,
how it is.
yeah. But now that's all that wins, best looking stuff.
All right.
Oh, but what's another one? I should have made a bigger list, but I thought
No, that's good. Speaking of bombs, I saw this. Speaking of recent bombs.
Recent bombs.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta find it amongst.
Oh, while you're looking, one thing you can't really movies that bomb anymore. You don't really know because so many of them come out on like Netflix and stuff, and you can't really put a money value to it.
Here it is. Okay, Moonfall.
I forgot about that movie.
It had $140 million budget, right? Not accounting for marketing. It has made. This just came out the other day. This was Wednesday. I took this picture Wednesday. It has made just $39.2 million to date at the global box office.
Shit.
To be clear, that normal number would be disastrous if we were talking about domestic ticket sales with a slightly more robust international haul. But that's every penny that has been made thus far. And that means it's now up there with some of the most notable bombs in box office history.
Jesus.
So, there you go. There's a bunch of them. Avatar. What a piece of crap. It won awards, didn't it?
Yeah,
it won a
that
ton of
was the worst freaking movie.
And
I still complain I didn't want my 3 hours back from that
basically
movie.
the most grossing movie too. I mean,
yeah, not accounting for inflation.
Everybody was talking about how visually awesome it was. Yeah, visuals great, but if the story sucks, I don't give a crap.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. Like I kind of enjoyed watching it, but if it tells you anything, I've never gone back to watch it again. I've never been interested in watching it a second time. It just because it looked good isn't a good reason to watch it, in my opinion.
Well, there's so many.
The story was basically ripped from Pocahontas, wasn't it? Is what a lot of people compare it to.
I caught the whole. I thought it was more political about
Global
oil
warming.
From other countries because they were using a source from another planet to further their planet. And I was like, this I don't need to be preached at in a movie unless it's a movie I expect to be preached at about. Don't hide it in a sci-fi movie with cool graphics with flying things tying their tails together so they can have sex and shit. Don't do that. Just tell me it's a political movie. And like they made didn't Ben Affleck make a movie about not Ben Affleck, Matt Damon made a movie about fracking and stuff. That was a good movie. Aaron Brockovich,
but you
good movie.
knew that was coming.
But I knew it coming in that's what it was. Don't mask it with all that bullshit because that pisses me off.
Don't hide it behind.
I was hoping like Eternals would be better than what it was. I don't really like it that much. Now looking back at it, I mean, it was good action, I guess, but I don't know.
Like episode 1.
I thought
episode 1 was a disaster. It's still a disaster.
What is?
Episode 1. You go in with all this hype,
we're not going to talk about it.
Of course not. It's too no. Here we are going to talk about it.
Good.
Like Mikey said, you want to you go see it at the movies and you want to like it for what it is. But as you get older and you watch it, you realize that it's just a douche turd is all it is.
This is from Ewan McGregor himself.
I don't care about Ewan McGregor.
I meet the people who we made those films for, who were the kids of the time. Our Star Wars films are their Star Wars films in the same way Carrie Fisher, Alec Guinness, Mark Hamill, and Harrison Ford's films are ours. It's
So
just so
who
nice to
did they?
finally get a
So
wave of positivity about them.
that's bullshit. Who's episode? What's episode 7 then? Who's that for? What about Rogue One? Who's
You're
that?
the kids I'm supposed to have.
No, it's for everybody. Without my Star Wars, you don't have those shitty Star Wars movies. And
Yeah, but you were a kid when they made them.
I was in my 20s when that came out. Plus, I'm a kid now. I still watch South Park.
You were in your 20s when Episode 4 came out.
I was in my 20s when Episode 1 came out.
Wow, you're old.
So, and then I was 30? When did it come out? 02? So I was 30, right? When I was 30 when Episode 2 came out. And that was boring as hell.
I was in 8th grade when Episode 3 came out.
Movies that you expect to be freaking awesome, and you love it, but you realize that it's just crap. Now, this is the topic that you came up with, Chris.
Yeah, and I don't agree with your pick.
But if that's
I never
the
said
case,
we couldn't argue about picks.
If that's the case, why do I like Episode 3? If that's not my era of Star Wars, if that's my kids' Star Wars.
Well, I never said you couldn't like it. I'm just saying.
Well, then Episode 1 is crap.
That's your opinion. You're allowed to have it, even if you're wrong.
Even if I'm wrong. Says the guy who hates The Godfather.
Hey, I'm not the only one in this podcast that hates The Godfather.
That whole, you know what? The storyline wouldn't be so bad if they just let Jar Jar Binks die.
Oh, I was going to say for Godfather,
3 minutes
the story wouldn't be that bad.
If he's dead, the first, like right after we see him, like his head gets cut off by a lightsaber, or he just gets blasted away.
He gets blasted by the mob. You know, we never had to worry about the Godfather films.
What?
I'm saying if they knocked off, Al Pacino's character,
he was never. See, you don't even know the story. Don't even go there. That's not how that works. He was never in danger till the end of the movie.
Uh-huh. Sure, that's what they want you to think. They should
watch the movie and come back to me with that argument.
I can't watch the movie because I'll fall asleep. What?
Why can't you watch the movie?
Because I can't. I'll fall asleep during it.
It's just it's that cartoon comedy that Jar Jar does at the battle at the end. It really bugs me. It just really bugs me.
So you're saying you don't like the movie because of 20 minutes of it?
No, of the whole character through the whole movie ruins it. Every shot he's in ruins it.
I scrolled to another movie that probably I need more of. I wanted more of it. I wanted more out of it.
What?
I Am Number 4.
Oh my god, that was such a good movie. Oh, I loved that movie.
Yeah, and I wanted them to make sequels so bad.
But did it
always read the
I'm
books.
Number 5?
Oh, fuck reading.
Could they make prequels, and then they could have I Am Number 2?
Did you ever see that movie?
It's been so long since I watched it.
Came out in
It's
2011.
on Netflix, isn't it?
It's on HBO.
It is?
It says watch on HBO Max. Aliens and their guardians are hiding on Earth from intergalactic bounty hunters. They can only be killed in numerical order. This sounds cool.
Well, what happens is their powers come in numerical order, so that's how they can find them.
Oh, it's got Timothy Olyphant in it.
That was at the top of his fame.
Oh, this might be good.
Yeah, if you haven't watched it, I'd watch it. I mean, it's a good, really good sci-fi type movie. It's like,
what's the one that Chris don't like with the Bruce Willis movie?
There's a Bruce Willis movie I don't like.
I thought there was a Bruce Willis movie you didn't like.
I like Die Hard. That's all he's really doing.
No. It's a time traveling thing with what's his name in it?
Oh, Looper.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Well, I like Looper.
Looper. Who didn't like Looper?
Tim.
Tim doesn't like Looper.
I'm
Looper's
pretty
a
sure
good
it's Tim.
movie.
I watched it not too long ago. I thought I talked
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, Looper is a good movie.
I wanted
Looper's
another
on Netflix.
Looper, but I don't know
I
how
thought
they
it's
would
got-
make another one.
Wow, it has Paul Dano in it.
Who? What movie?
Looper.
Paul Dano.
He's the Riddler.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
I can't
think
believe
he's different.
And Emily Blunt's in it too. That's got an all-star cast.
all the
Sure.
I love seeing all the Marvel fans or all
Emily Blunt.
a lot of people complain about how dark, the movie is. There's no jokes in it, blah blah blah. It's like, well, it's not a Marvel movie, it's a Batman movie.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. That's about the only thing that people are picking at is, well, just don't have any jokes. Well, who cares?
It had some I laughed at parts. But I think
I
the
told-
parts
I
I
t-
laughed
yeah.
at.
I
What'd you
told
say?
I told my dad, I'm like, you should go watch this. I'm like, I want to go watch it again, but I'm not willing to like sit. I don't have 3 hours. I don't know, like, definitely want to watch it again once it comes out, like on digital or something.
What,
But
Batman?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like, I
not a
don't
movie
feel
I'm going
like-
to go
yeah.
see again.
yeah, just because it's so long.
Yes.
If it was
Exactly.
maybe 2 hours, I definitely probably would. But 3
exactly.
hours, yeah.
But other movies that sucked that I expected would be good. Public Enemies was another movie that sucked that I expected to be really good. I hate movies. It just bugs the hell. Like, we watch Andy Sedaris movies because we know they're going to suck ass. Like, even the greatest action movie of all time, almost, after Die Hard, but Die Hard's a Christmas movie, so I could consider this the greatest action movie of all time. Roadhouse has its cheesiness because they're beating the
I
shit out of
love
each other,
Roadhouse.
killing people, shooting up places, burning places to the ground,
Yeah,
and the
it's
police
really
don't show up till the end of
exaggerated.
the movie.
Yeah, it's really exaggerated. It's a great movie, though.
Well,
I love that movie.
I freaking love it, but it
Yeah.
is horribly cheesy, which is why I love it. I expect it. I don't know why that was acceptable cinema in the 80s, guys. I can't explain that. But that's like,
Ripping throats out.
huh? No, well, like Predator and Commando.
Because it was
Just-
cheesy still. Like the effects were cheesy enough.
Yeah. Well,
But
Cobra
now,
was another.
sometimes you can't tell the difference between, the gore in a movie and the gore in real life.
Right. I guess I was all that machismo cheeseball stuff, but it was so awesome. Oh my God, what a great time to be alive and go to the movies, I swear to God.
Can I say two movies that I'm going to catch a lot of flack for?
For not being good, but aren't good, but are, or what?
Well, that are critically acclaimed and, a lot of people love them, but I think they're actually really bad.
Okay.
Civil War, Captain America Civil War, and Black Panther.
I've heard a lot of people say Black Panther's not that good.
I think it's totally overrated. Now, do I think it's an okay? I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed watching it, but I do not think. I don't know if this is not really what we're talking about, but I do not think it's as good as people think it is. I think it's legitimately a C tier Marvel movie.
The one I didn't like was Captain Marvel. I was disappointed in Captain Marvel.
Most people don't like Captain Marvel, so you're
I
not
was
alone.
very disappointed in it. And I like Brie Larson. I think she's great.
Samuel L. Jackson was great in that movie, though.
But I was not excited about that movie. I thought it was just bad.
It was too over the top. No, that's not the right
What
word.
was the Avengers movie that had the shitty CGI at the beginning?
Ultron.
Yes.
I rewatched Ultron, and if you get past the bad CGI, it's not that bad. But the problem is since that movie is so heavily reliant on CGI, it's hard to get past it.
Spider-Man 2 was slow.
Both Amazing Spider-Mans, I thought were going to be good, but they both sucked.
I liked the first one. I didn't mind the first one. I didn't like the second one.
I didn't like Andrew Garfield as a Spider-Man. He didn't sell it for me. He was a pretty good Peter Parker, just not a good Spider-Man.
I feel like it's hard to like see like even Tobey Maguire and like Andrew Garfield, it's hard to see him as, even though it's been so long, but it's hard to see him as like a Peter Parker Spider-Man because like it seems like he's supposed to be like a teenager, and they're just not teenagers.
Yeah.
Not the way that Tom Holland pulls it
Yeah,
off.
yeah, Tom Holland, yeah.
Garfield looked pretty young in his movies, but he still looked like, a 25, 26-year-old.
Right, you look. I don't know when was the last Amazing Spider-Man? Like 14 or something.
Yeah, 14 or
I
15.
think so.
Give me a
Amazing
second, I'll look it
Spider-Man
up.
2.
So it's been 7 years,
Yeah,
7-ish years.
2014.
Okay, so yeah, almost 7 years, and then we see him again in this new Spider-Man, and he looks like he's 40 almost.
Well, he is 40.
Oh,
almost.
Jesus Christ!
He's like 38.
Yeah.
He was born in
Yeah,
83.
he's 38.
Oh my gosh! So he was like 30 years old playing Spider-Man. And,
It's like the
He was
good
29,
old-fashioned
and he was 29 in that. Yeah,
Yeah,
2012.
it
He was.
the MTV movies, these high schoolers, but it looks like they, shoot
Right.
roids in the back,
Yeah.
He was 30 when he played Spider-Man. He was 28 years old.
trying to
That's what
play
I
a 16-year-old.
Yeah, that was a problem. And then Tobey Maguire was when he played Spider-Man. That came out in 02, 01.
Yeah.
Spider-Man came
Yeah,
out
02. 02. The first one's 02.
02. He was
Oh my gosh. Just as old.
2000. He was 28, 27,
Yeah,
26,
see,
27 years old.
it's just
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, they're way too
playing
old.
a high school
It's like
kid
the
and
cast of
10 years
Grease
older than
in high school,
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I see your issue with that. Plus, I think the other issue is you've only seen them. You only saw them in the Spider-Man movies. Like Tom Holland's been in the other Avenger movies too, not just his movies. So I think that helps a little bit. But he does look more like a teenager, and his friends look like teenagers. I mean, Zendaya looks like a teenager. They're all kids.
Right.
They did a good job of picking younger looking people.
They really did. Yeah, the casting was really, really good in those.
I agree.
Instead of Kirsten Dunst, who was 27 years old probably. So, yeah, I could see that. But yeah, I don't like watching movies that I want to be good, and that just pisses me off, and that confuses, like you said, Chris. Like it's that friend of mine. She's like, well, you like bad movies? Well, no. There's a difference between wanting a movie to be good and it's sucking ass, and you're expecting it to be bad. Because we want to watch that vampire movie, right?
Or
the vampire zombie, the disco zombie movie.
Yeah, or the Indian Superman movie.
Yes, the Disco Exorcist.
Disco Exorcist. I forgot about that.
He's the boogeyman, baby. Get down to hell. We've got to watch this. I mean,
we need to get back on watching our shitty movies.
We really do.
It's just hard because we all, I work at PMs or just can't get to it.
You don't this week.
No, I'm done by 1:00. Well, 1:30 because I got to get to the garage and switch cars.
So,
what do you work this? What are you working?
I'm off till 4. I work till 4.
Okay,
oh my God,
so
that movie.
You got the 7:00 shit.
Disco Exorcist came out in 2011. The suave playboy with all the right moves and undisputed disco king Rex Romansky is in for a wild ride as a perfect one-night stand will trigger a curse and visit from hell's blackest demons. Now make your way for the disco demon. Well, hell, we got Disco Exorcist. This looks good.
Looks so good or so bad it's good.
Yes, I love horrible movies.
Well, is there a difference between I know this is bad, but I don't like Sharknado because they tried to be bad. And then all the movies
Sharknado.
And then all the movies that came out after Sharknado, they tried so hard to be bad that they were.
But at the time, you got to think. At the time that Sharknado came out, sci-fi was synonymous with Mega Python versus Mega Crocodile and Mega Python versus Mega Shark and
Megalodon versus giant giant croc.
3-headed shark attack.
But-
Ghost Shark. Did you see Ghost Shark?
Yeah, that was actually really good.
That was great, especially when
So-
when the kids turned on the water slide, and the kid, because it was this shark would come to life by water.
So, did you know why sci-fi did those shitty movies?
Because they were awesome. That's why.
Well, not just that, but they made bank on that because they barely put $1 million into it, and then ad revenue alone they would
like people
triple
were
their money.
people were dying to be in those Sharknado movies.
Yeah, because they got beyond they got you noticed.
Yeah,
They brought people's careers back.
but I expect that cheesiness. Those are awesome. I love those. I'm all about those.
Let
I'm
me
all about
ask
the
you.
cheese. I just don't like to go to a movie theater and spend $5 or use my $5 coupon and buy popcorn and a soda. So I'm spending, regardless, I'm spending like $16, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to spend $16 and go sit in a theater at some shitty ass movie that is horrible.
Mhm. Not unless I'm there on purpose.
I haven't been burnt in a while by a bad movie. Ooh, that was a really bad one. It was called Bug, and it had Ashley Judd in it, and they hyped it up. It was done by William Peter Blatty, who did The Exorcist, and God, what a piece of crap that was. That last Halloween movie, there's our bad one right there.
Yeah, that's the last one that's what I was going to say. The last one I was burned by was the Halloween movie.
That's
It
the
was
last burnt.
Evil Dies Tonight, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, what a piece of crap. That was just bad. I don't know how many more. I mean, I grew up in the 70s, and 80s, so there were a lot of bad movies that were just movies that won Oscars that shouldn't have, over movies that were better. That was great about the early 90s because like Dances with Wolves won and Silence of the Lambs won. And Pulp Fiction lost out. Didn't Pulp Fiction, who'd they lose out to? Didn't Pulp Fiction lose out to somebody big?
I think. I can't remember. That was before my time.
Because I know what's his name lost out to Martin Landau.
Who?
Martin Landau.
But what's his name?
He lost it in Ed Wood. Oh, Forrest Gump beat Fiction.
Oh, that's expected and acceptable.
It's not acceptable.
Chris,
listen to this. Wait, hold on. The best picture category that year was Forrest Gump, Pulp Fiction, Shawshank Redemption, Four Weddings and a Funeral, and Quiz Show. Shawshank should have won over Pulp Fiction, at least. I'd have more accepted Pulp Fiction losing to Shawshank than I would have Forrest Gump.
I was going to ask you, Chris, was that new Ryan Reynolds movie bad?
No, I watched it. What is it? The Adam Project.
I was going to watch that here soon. Like I have it on my watch list.
It is good. It's an hour and 40 minutes long, which you know how I am about movies being long or short or perfect. He is a time traveler. Ryan Reynolds is. And he goes back in time and he teams up with his 12-year-old self. And what sells it? I mean, what really sells it is the kid. I mean, I'm not going to give away spoilers of the story, but the kid who plays in the movie, who plays 12-year-old Ryan Reynolds. I mean, his name's Walker Scoble. He kind of looks like Ryan Reynolds in the eyes, but his comedy timing is great. Kid is a very good actor, but it's got Ryan Reynolds. Walker Scoble plays young Ryan Reynolds. Mark Ruffalo and Jennifer Garner. Zoe Saldana's in it, and Catherine Keener. Catherine Keener played in. She was in The 40-Year-Old Virgin. She was his girlfriend in The 40-Year-Old Virgin. Catherine Keener is. But it's comedy. It's funny. He's a smart ass, like And did you watch the video I sent in the chat?
When did you send it?
Yeah, like yesterday. I think it was yesterday.
I don't think I did.
The kid, he rambles off.
Is that
a
about him
Deadpool
not like a
2.
Wolverine? Yeah.
Yeah, about Wolverine. Like he rolls it off just off the top of his head, and it's freaking hysterical.
Ryan Reynolds is loving it.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna check this out. When I found out it was Ryan Reynolds in a 12-year-old version of Ryan Reynolds, I thought this has got to be good, and it's enjoyable. It is a good. It's just a good movie. I highly recommend it. Watch it. I didn't. What was the other Ryan Reynolds movie he just put out not too long ago on Netflix? I didn't like it.
Red Notice or something.
Yeah, I couldn't get into that.
I want to watch it. I thought it looked interesting, but it also looked kind of dumb. It looked like one of those contract movies where they sign a contract. Hey, you have to do like 10 movies with us.
That's
and it looks
the
like
way
one
I
of
took.
those.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, the other one might be that way. The Adam Project might be like that.
But at least it looks fun.
But I enjoyed it more than it. If a movie don't catch me in the first 20 minutes, a lot of times I don't watch it.
What was that other movie Ryan Reynolds did on Netflix where he was like a bank robber or something?
6 Underground.
Yeah, the Michael Bay one.
Is that any good?
No, don't waste your time. I don't say that often about Michael Bay and or Ryan Reynolds. Don't watch it. I will never get that like 2 hours back or however long it was.
Now, The Hitman's Bodyguard was good.
Oh yeah.
Well, the second one wasn't too bad.
I haven't seen it yet. They didn't get a lot of press. Like it just came out one day on like HBO.
Hitman's Bodyguard's wife.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot he was the voice to Turbo.
It's Turbo time.
Turbo, not Turbo Nader. The Turbo, the race car loving Indy 500 loving snail.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Turbo from Wreck-It Ralph.
No, Turbo, the snail who loved the Indy 500.
Oh, remember they had a big exhibit for him or a big thing for him at the 500 that year?
Yeah, but Ryan Reynolds wasn't there. They had Michael Pena.
I'll take that. Michael Pena's really good. I like him.
Yeah, but nobody knew who was Michael Pena then wasn't the Michael Pena we know now. He only got popular after he was that guy in Ant-Man.
Man.
Well, I've always liked him. Hold on.
Yeah, he was good in End to Watch.
He was really good at End of Watch, but not like a lot of people didn't see End of Watch.
Bobby Lee Swagger.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great in End of Watch, but I think what put him on the map was Ant-Man because he was great in it. But nobody knew who I
barely. He barely played a role in Ant-Man. He just did
but he's hilarious.
I must say, I will admit, I was super hyped for Turbo, but it didn't. I was like, it's all right.
It fell short.
It did. It did fall short. You're right. It fell short. I mean, everything was great. Snoop was great in it, and I still say White Shadow all the time from the movie White Shadow. And but it did. It fell short. It disappointed me a little bit, but it wasn't made for me. That movie was made for kids. Yeah, they had a huge Turbo thing. They used to, up until recently, they did have Turbo in the museum. Big giant Turbo.
They probably put it to rest.
What?
They probably put it to rest.
Well, no, actually, they did good because they made a Netflix series off of that.
Well, no. In museums, what you're supposed to do is you can't. After a couple of years, you're supposed to put something in storage for a while, give it a rest.
Well, yeah, the museum does that, yeah.
Because if it's out in the sun for too long, it gets damaged.
Oh.
Or just being out in the elements.
I don't think anybody really cared if a giant snail was, damaged.
Well, the museum cares because it's their property, and they don't want it damaged.
Well, it was outside, like, in the month of May anyway. So, yeah, but 10 years from now, they'll be like, oh my God, look, it's Turbo. I'll be excited again.
Oh my God, I forgot they had this. Oh my God.
Yeah. But yeah, Turbo fell short. There was one I was a little disappointed in. So I'm trying to think of any other cartoon movie that fell short. Sausage Party fell a little short.
I liked Sausage Party.
I
It
love
was really
Sausage Party, but I expected. What was it? The movie with the Muppets and the Melissa
Muppet
McCarthy was the
Treasure Island.
cop. The Happy Land Murders.
Oh, I forgot. Honestly, I totally forgot about that movie.
There are parts of it that are hysterical, but it fell real short. I was really disappointed
Has
in it.
Sarah McCarthy done anything since that movie?
Melissa McCarthy.
You
Yeah.
said Sarah McCarthy.
I don't know why. I was
Sarah
thinking Sarah McLachlan also.
No.
In the arms of the angel.
No, has she done anything since that movie?
I
Is that
think
what it's called?
She had a run there where she was like in every movie.
Was it called that? Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Let me find.
I'm
what's her
looking up
name.
her thing right now.
Melissa McCarthy.
Oh yeah, she hit a string of horrible movies. Ghostbusters. She's in the new Little Mermaid movie.
She did the Thunder Force.
Yeah, that movie sucked.
She was in the kitchen. That was really good.
My favorite movie of hers
Happy
is
Time
Spy.
Murder. What?
Spy.
Spy. Is that the one with freaking Jason Statham?
Yeah.
And they talk about the face-off machine?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great in that.
She's
She's
in
hysterical in that too.
I know she's in Thor: Love and Thunder.
She is? She will be?
Yeah. I wonder who she's playing.
She was great in this. Identity Thief, she was good. The Heat, she was good. Tammy wasn't bad. St. Vincent was good.
I
Bill
love
Murray?
St. Vincent.
You ever seen St. Vincent?
Yeah, I love that movie.
That's a great movie. Spy was great. Yeah, The Boss. Nah. Ghostbusters suck ass.
I just went down a rabbit hole of looking at the cast for Thor: Love and Thunder. So apparently, there's an actor Thor. So I'm guessing they're making a movie with Thor in it in the Marvel universe. And guess who's playing actor Thor?
Oh, who was it?
Luke Hemsworth, his brother.
Oh, really?
Geez.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the last good movie she's done is The Kitchen.
I've never heard of it.
Oh,
With,
that's a
Tiffany
good one.
Haddish and Elizabeth Moss.
Isn't that one? She's like a mob boss.
They're wives of gangsters in Hell's Kitchen in the 70s, and they want to keep their husband's operations going, and they come up against the mob boss. It's really good. I enjoyed it.
Well, she kind of went away from the comedy role and into like some more serious roles, but now she's going back to comedy.
Thunder Force, I've never seen. It came out last year.
It
It
was
only
not
got
that good.
4.4 stars.
Don't
Which-
watch it.
You know what?
Don't watch it. It's not that good.
It's not that good. Like
No.
most of her movies are only 5s and 4s. Spy got 7. St. Vincent got 7.
Well, are those critic reviews or
This is on the stars on.
oh, so critics. That's what they gave it.
Yeah.
I never trust the critics.
Identity Thief 5. I loved Identity Thief. That was a great movie. She steals the identity of Jason Bateman.
I watched that for the first time the other day with Kimberly. I really loved it.
That's a great movie. I recommend it.
All right, Mikey, what's your shower thought? You hyped us up for your shower thought.
All right, I got 2. So if this one falls flat, I have another one.
All right. You only gonna need one though.
So when we make brownies, we don't just make brownies. We make one big brownie, and we cut it into smaller brownies.
So it's a brownie until you cut it up. Then you have brownies.
Yes.
He's right. That's true.
Shit. Yo, I was at. I don't know why
But
this movie.
cake, you bake a cake and then you cut it up into cake.
Yeah.
But brownie gets
on.
pluralized. Brownies. Wow, that's true. That's a good one.
Shit, that messed me up.
Hold on, there's more. Hold on.
Oh, he's got to watch a video. Probably TikTok. They had I was at Sam's Club today, and they had a big brownie that wasn't cut up, and I almost grabbed it. But I think I would have gotten, I don't see angry look, but a look of you don't need that, Chris.
See, that's why I don't buy. Did you see my post about Oreo cookies?
Yeah.
I can't. It's a true story. I can't do that. I will eat a whole row at a time. Be eating in 3 days.
Yeah, I quit buying Oreos because I ate way too many of them.
Yeah, I have no control.
But Aldi's has these little healthy. It's just like the Oreo cookie. It's not. It doesn't have the cream inside.
Oh, it's just outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gross.
Yeah. What's the
We
point?
all want that white filling.
That's why I don't like.
Yeah.
I
cookies and-
mean, I don't
That's
swing
why I
that
like
way,
cookies
Mikey,
and
but there's
cream
apps for that.
I don't even eat cookies and cream ice cream. I don't want that shit in my ice cream.
I love cookies and cream ice cream.
I compare. Having if I have Oreos in the house to eat at one time, it's like I can't work from home because you have those kids that you send to their room to clean up their room and they're done in 10 minutes, and you have that kid that goes inside his room and plays all day and it takes him 6 hours to clean his bedroom. I'm the kid that takes 6 hours to clean his bedroom because I find stuff to play with. I could never work from home.
Yeah, I feel like I couldn't do that.
I'd be too distracted. Oh, cool. Oh, hey, look.
It's
I
like
think I could do it.
it's like I've come home and I'm like, okay, I gotta clean. So I start cleaning some stuff, and then I eat or sit down or something, and then I have to do something else after that. But once I sit down, it's like, okay, I'm done. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't. I mean, if I like worked for myself, like if I was like, I guess if I was like a writer, photographer, or something like that, and I worked from home as that, I could probably do that. But I couldn't be like them people that like do shit all day from home. I couldn't do that. I would be distracted. Like Josie's mom works from home as a phone person, and I would just be distracted out the ass. I wouldn't want to take phone
Well, that's
calls.
why you gotta do stuff like to cure your ADD. Like take a 15-minute break here and there. How would they know that you're not there working?
Well, this is true.
Like I'll be like okay, if like I'll want to like okay, I'll leave like at 11 or something, or I'll leave at noon or right after lunch, and then I sit down, I eat lunch, and I'm maybe watching a video or going through TikToks while I eat or something, and then I finish eating and I'm still scrolling on like TikTok or watching a video for another 15 minutes, and then I'm late to where I want to be. It's like
Yeah, exactly. See, that's the way I am.
like if I like yeah, it just I have to do it now or it's not gonna get done sometimes.
This is true. Yeah, that's the whole distraction thing.
TikTok's really bad.
I got that. Yeah,
It's
TikTok's
so
bad. And
bad.
I got too much cool crap in here that I can play with.
I just need one more good video before I just log off. Just one more. Yeah,
Just one more.
that's how it is. Like,
I
just
really
find
want
a
to
good
delete
one.
the app, but it sucks because you guys post quality stuff on
Yeah.
in the group chat, and then I can't. It's hard to watch, without the app.
I've tried to go back to like Instagram because I used to do Instagram Reels a lot, but they're terrible compared to TikTok. Like it's always the same thing. It's always the same thing on Instagram.
It's like a week, and on Instagram they're a week old.
Yeah.
Yeah, TikTok's got it.
They got the algorithm. They know
They do.
what's
They
up.
got it figured out.
Those dang Chinese.
Right, we're gonna get bombed.
Get hacked.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Do we have any more subscribers now? What's our subscriber number?
1 sec. I shall take a gander.
I can share my other.
It was 128 the other day.
We got one more, 129.
Heck yeah, 129. That's what I'm talking about.
I'll share my other shower thought for next week or something.
So I'm just looking at like our last 6 videos and their viewership.
Yeah.
Football and video games got 9.6 thousand views. Jackass in the Super Bowl got 25 views.
They're like all over the place.
Will You Marry the Super Bowl got 98. Pam and Tommy make a video game movie, got 53. Indie Comic Con only got 7, and then We Are Vengeance got 47.
Yes.
I never realized we got almost 10,000 views on that one random video.
Football and video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them are like that. Like we got 584 views for Road Trip to the Afterlife. 388 to Cruise into Battlefield. So they go up and down. Our Bond episode only got 9 views.
I don't know if it's like reviewer like view thoughts that hey, look what we can do for your video, or if it's actually like just somehow we randomly got onto like a bunch of For You pages or something.
I think part of it is part of it, but
You know what we didn't talk about, and I'm sorry we're waiting all the way to like an hour and 5 minutes in, the Kenobi trailer.
Oh.
I loved it. I got chills. I've watched it 3 times already.
I hope it don't suck like freaking Boba Fett.
You take that negative energy, you walk over to the pool and jump in it.
Is there any water in it?
Oh, let me open my window really quick.
There's a new Star
No.
Trek trailer. TV show on
for
Paramount.
the Strange New Worlds. If Tim was here, he could talk about it. But
Yeah.
Strange New Worlds. So what's going to happen is I think there's one more episode of Discovery or 2 more, and then it's going to end, and then it's going to be just Picard, and then Picard and Strange New Worlds are going to run for a week or 2 together, and then Picard
will
ends, Strange
end,
New
yeah.
Worlds takes up, and that's how they're going to do it. Like, and then once at the end of Strange New Worlds for the last episode or 2, not Prodigy, Lower Decks will run concurrent for an episode or 2.
It's a strange new world full of.
And you heard it here first. I still can't get into Prodigy, and
like Smack My Bitch Up Prodigy or
What?
like Prodigy as in like the Star Trek Prodigy.
oh, because there's a band called Prodigy and they had a song called Smack My Bitch Up. That's what it's
No, not that.
Okay.
Anyways, you can listen to us. You can catch us at Pod Nerds on Twitter or on Facebook, Hoosier Nerds Podcast. You can listen to us on YouTube. You can listen to us also on your phone on different apps on iTunes Podcasts, Spotify Podcast, TuneIn
Amazon.
Radio, and Amazon. I was getting in there. Anyways, you'll never wonder who your nerds are. That's us. There's the button.